So how are the markets looking at the onset with what you're seeing?
Well, with respect to the local market, the market has dropped in opening numbers, right? This could be attributed to President Donald Trump's announced tariffs over the weekend. So President Trump did say that he will be implementing reciprocal tariffs, and the Philippines could take a hit. I mean,
How will the Philippines take a hit, though? I mean, we're allies, and we're hoping things might be better for us. But what's the case now for the markets?
the case for the Philippines right now is President Donald Trump's unpredictability. I believe what he was mentioning was steel tariffs, right? So he was mentioning about steel tariffs, and the Philippines does export steels to the U.S. And somehow that would affect our export performance. Take note that the Philippines is the U.S. on average in the last years, it has been taking about 16% of the Philippines exports. So if any of the products that we are exporting to the U.S. will take a hit from tariffs, then it would affect somehow our trading performance.
Right. Apart from tariffs, President Trump himself is attending Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That makes a difference because a lot of market players don't really watch the markets at the time Super Bowl goes.
Yes.
Do you watch Super Bowl? I mean, I'm just really curious. In the Philippines?
Oh no, I'm not
We
really.
don't, right? Because when I was doing work in Hong Kong and Tokyo for Bloomberg, I mean, everybody watched Super Bowl and no one watched the markets.
Yeah.
But we are watching the Bangko Sentral.
Yes.
I mean, that's some kind of a sliver of hope there. I mean, you talked about the steel tariffs, but rates here are coming off.
Yep.
And that's very good for the markets. But how good will it be with these uncertainties that you mentioned?
Well, with respect to the Bangko Sentral of Pilipinas, I believe investors are already taking into consideration the possibility of a 25 basis points rate cut by the BSP in their meeting this week. We've seen some supportive numbers. Number one, GDP growth fell below target last year, which goes to show that the Philippines really needs support and policy support. And number two, we have satisfactory inflation numbers. Number three, we have somehow a strengthening local currency. So I believe investors are really pricing in the possibility that 25 basis points will be at the table on this week's meeting. But I think at the same time, investors are looking further into the future. Like, okay, so 25 basis points, it's given. But what about the succeeding meetings of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas?
So it's buy the rumor, sell the fact. That's why the market
Yes.
is like sort of selling right now.
Yep.
I mean, what's going on and what's going to go on
Yep.
in the next few days
Yep.
until Thursday.
Yep, like it's really more of how much more can the BSP provide support to the local economy, to the local market. I mean, yes, 25 basis points is there, but given all the scenarios that we are facing, the possibility of Trump imposing tariffs, which in turn could be inflationary to the U.S., which in turn could slow down the Federal Reserve with its own policy easing. How would that affect the BSP?
So total of rate cuts for the full year?
Well, for now, I mean, we're looking at 50 basis points. 50
and
basis
government
points.
yields, they've been falling. So
Yes.
that's pretty supportive as well of the
Supportive
markets?
for the local market, at least. I mean, if local yields are declining, then there's the possibility for investors to shift from bonds to stocks.
So what are you saying? The PSCI is going to rally? To what levels then?
Well, for the local market, so far the currency has been supportive. Yields have also been supportive. If you're going to look at fundamentals, we're still waiting for full year results. But based on our last estimates with fair values, the market should be above 8,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
All
that's-
right, I'll
but
hold you
that's-
to that. That's
okay.
so positive. I'm going to call you back and see whether we do hold at 8,000. Thank you so much, Japhet. Appreciate this time.